Chapter 11, St. Sylvester's Day 1914. December 31st, in Germany, is called Sylvester, after a saint whom the Catholic Church honors on that date. Sylvester, for us children, meant a day of fun and hilarity. For Fanny, however, it meant a general cleaning of every room from cellar to attic. Mama, a typical German Hausfrau, insisted upon welcoming the new year in a perfectly ordered house. Her soul, too, should be pure, so she went to confession and offered candles and prayers to her saints. Papa, Maria and Fanny, also, obtained absolution at the church, and even Fanny had to leave her broom and bucket and ask the priest for forgiveness of her sins. By evening everything and everybody in the Hoffmann household was clean and pure and prepared to greet the coming year. Nevertheless, I was worried. All this scouring and ardent conversations about a clear conscience made me feel impure and dirty. Of course, I did not know how or when I had bespought my soul, nor did I understand how a priest at the church could wash me clean. Even so, I thought, I must find some way by which to make both Clara and me worthy for the approaching year. During dinner, I had an inspiration. Impatient with excitement, I could hardly wait until the last Hoffmann tucked his napkin in its ring. I motioned to Clara. We locked ourselves in our room. Without answering her puzzled questions, I told her she had a soul. A dirty soul, I said emphatically. Where is it? Said Clara. I explained that I did not know exactly where it was in our body, and so I reasoned that we had better wash all over. I emptied the pitcher into a basin, undressed, and began to cover myself with a thick lather of soap. Clara protested strenuously. The water is so cold, she said, I think I'll leave mine dirty. After a while, however, she too was convinced that it was very important to be clean on Sylvester Eve. At 9:30, the Regal family arrived. Shortly came other neighbors whom Mama had invited. Each carried an iron spoon on a long wooden handle and a small package of tin. Fanny brought the silver punch bowl, a family heirloom, only used on such special occasions. Everybody exclaimed over its elaborate decorations. It was carefully placed over a low burning alcohol flame in the middle of the table. Papa emptied several bottles of rare wine into the bowl, measured many cups of sugar, and added a few slices of lemon. Soon a dainty column of steam filled the room. My eyes began to smart, my nose tickled, but Papa and the guests inhaled the fumes with delight. They even held their breath, and exhaling they smacked their lips and gurgled, Donnerwetter. Papa poured the bubbling punch into low thick glass goblets. We all arose. Welcome, shouted Papa to his friends. Welcome to a happy gathering. His next phrase, however, brought forth pictures of shooting guns, exploding bombs, and dying soldiers. Mama began to sniffle. Others of our guests wiped their tears. Prosit, exclaimed Papa, concluding his speech. Prosit, we all repeated, brought our glasses together and drank. Mama gave to each of us children a handful of cookies, dried figs, raisins, and nuts. Then we were sent away from the table. Fanny, Clara, and our little playmates enjoyed our new Christmas presents. I preferred to sit in the middle of the floor and watch the grown-ups. None of them smiled nor laughed. They either closed their eyes completely or lowered them. I could see but Mama's little gray knot of hair. The rest of her was hidden by the enormous silver bowl. Frau Niedermeyer, with her pointed chin, sat straight as if screwed into a harness. She wore a pale gray silk dress all dotted over with tiny rose buds. Frau Riegel, next to her, even frowned once as she continued whispering short mysterious phrases into her ear. I always liked Frau Riegel, with her small merry eyes. Her broad lips, drawn into a smile, showed 2 rows of healthy teeth. Herr Riegel knocked a knife against his glass. Prosit, said the others, and emptied their goblets. Soon someone else again another tapped their glasses. This seemed to be the signal for another drink. Fanny and I prepared for the midnight ceremony. We carried all the available wash basins into the living room, placed them on the floor, and filled them with water. We pushed the iron spoons into the low burning glow of the Dutch tiled oven. On a grill, over the flame, we placed an iron pot filled with tin. Clara, as usual, pursued me with her eternal questions. She did not leave me in peace until I gave her an explanation. I told her that she was very fortunate to belong to a German family on New Year's Eve, for they know a way by which it is possible for them to look into the dark future. At 12 o'clock, I said, each of us will pour a spoonful of melted tin into a bowl of water. Some magic will form a symbol which tells us what the coming year has in store for us. The little bird in our cuckoo clock jumped forth. While it called 12 times in its saucy way, we arose, bowed our heads and said a Pater Noster. We opened all the windows. Papa swung a broom as if to push the old year, with all its sorrows and grouches, out of the house. The guns from the castle boomed their salute to 1915. A bugle in the distance sounded the morning call. All the church bells rang joyously. We embraced and wished each other a happy new year. The air was icy. On the sky hung a twinkling cluster of tiny stars. Way up there, amongst the stars, is the throne of God, Papa whispered solemnly. One of these stars is made just for me. One was made for you, one for everyone. They know, he murmured slowly, they know exactly what will happen to us. I could not remember the final words of Papa's beautiful speech. He told us, though, to leave our destiny in the hands of the Almighty. On that New Year's Eve, however, our fate seemed to us impenetrably dark. We were all and one pitifully afraid of the uncertainty before us. Grateful for the superstition that gave us a faint hope to look into the future, we hastened to the iron pot. The melted tin resembled liquid silver from which we all dropped one spoonful into a bowl of water. There was a sizzling and sputtering. Steam filled the room as if the witches themselves had come to bring us their prophecy for 1915. Each of us held a mysterious symbol. To explain these tiny lumps of tin, one had to have a vivid imagination. Mama, however, seemed to be able to see an exceptionally clear picture in every nugget. Yours, Frau Riegel, resembles a hen with chickens, she nodded proudly. This means prosperity, she explained with importance. Yours is a galloping horse, she told Herr Niedermeyer, who stared hopelessly at the symbol he had drawn. I examined mine. Twisted and turned it, held it at arm's length and squinted my eyes. Still found no resemblance to anything. Mama came to the rescue. It's a bicycle, she said roguishly, it means many trips to Altberg for you, Greta.